This has been my worst week trading wise. I don't know why, but everything just went out the window. All my sticking to my strategies rules, my psychology, or even my risk management, everything was just weird this week. And I don't know, I really underperformed. But in this video, I'm going to be explaining everything starting from Monday to Friday. Okay, so starting with Monday, after this bearish candle, price started making a series of higher highs and higher lows before it decided to change character. After this liquidity was taken, it changed character and then I entered a sell. And that was how my trade went. It hit TP immediately. So everything just seemed nice at that point. And I bought a prop account to be trading. So I made 1% on this account this day. Let me mark out the whole stuff. Okay, so this is the first break of structure, or let's call this a change of character. So now, this was the next one, the break of structure. And then this one was the liquidity sweep that I called. This was the liquidity sweep before a new change of character that confirmed the bearish move came in. And then I entered my sell. So that was for Monday. For Tuesday's own was very, very strange because anytime I see, this is where I mess up, anytime I see a very long move like this in one direction, I always get skeptical about taking the trade because it can easily just decide, okay, at that point it's 50-50. I will be taking a gamble entering a trade there because it can move anyway. It can decide to reverse. It can decide to keep on going. So at that point, I didn't really know what to do. And I had already decided to take a trade. So it was really looking bearish. It was way, like very, very bearish. So as price came here to this point, I didn't know if it felt like to me at this point it was going to start reversing, because if it had come down to this one, I would have just sold it down to the next quarter point at 219.5. But it got to 210. And why I sold, apart from the fact that it seemed to me like it was due for a reversal, as you can see here at this point, this was a liquidity sweep to me. If you check it very well, it was a liquidity sweep. I don't really understand why it didn't respect the liquidity sweep, but this was a liquidity sweep. Especially seeing as price started moving bullish. So I was thinking, okay, what it could do would be, as it took this liquidity, as it is going to the 201.0 level, it will just buy from there and move to the next quarter point at 210.25. Especially as this was a form of, I don't really know if that's true, but this was a form of supply. So it was highly probable for it to move to the supply zone. But all my theoretical analysis everything was just messed up. I don't know, honestly. Everything went downhill from there, because the way it hit my stop loss was so quick. You can see this long candle there. It hit it, and that was when it started consolidating. So this day was really strange for me. On a normal day, I'd really told myself I would not take this trade, because there was this feeling of excitement to pass the accounts phase one, and I just forgot about all my rules. But one thing I've noticed is whenever I see such a move like this, it usually always continues. So the three times I've had issues that it hit my stop loss. I was trying to outsmart markets and like going in the opposite direction, expecting it to reverse, but it didn't. It just kept on going. So on a normal day, I would have continued selling this because it is identical to this one. This could have been a liquidity sweep, but as price had already gone up, heading back down here, I just decided, okay, it's going to just sell. But in this case now, it had not yet entered the next zone. It was still on this line. So I was thinking, okay, maybe it just needs the 9 a.m. candle to open before it can start the move up. But it didn't work out like that. So I hit a loss there. This was only the only level here. And that was the change of character. Okay. This one is also another change of character here. Or I would just call this a break of structure, continuing the bullish trend before it started moving back bearish. So, heading over to Wednesday, the market was very bearish. It was very, very bearish. Here's my path too. Okay, so the market was very bearish. Upon getting to this point, it moved bullish. It's after the change of character. So I was expecting it to continue the buy heading into the 9 a.m. candle. And as I placed my order, it just headed straight down to the TP. This to my stop loss rather. This trade, I was very sure that I didn't do anything wrong. So I just took it as an occasional loss. The only thing that was very painful was because I was coming off the back of a loss on my account. So I wasn't really in the mood to receive an occasional loss that was beyond my own control. But anyway, we keep on going. Let me mark the zones. This is the bearish break of structure. And this is another break of structure here. And then the change of character that made me to buy. So that was the second loss for the week. Heading on into Thursday now. This Thursday's price action was very strange, and honestly speaking, I should have avoided this trade. I shouldn't have been on this trade at all. Price was bearish, very, very bearish. Heading like into the 9 a.m. candle, there was a very slight break of structure, but it wasn't really visible, as you can see. So I was really feeling very skeptical about the trade, but I also wanted to take a a trade to like get back to break even on my account, because I had already risked 2% on my previous trade. That was Wednesday, putting me in drawdown. But this time, due to how things went, I decided to risk only 1%. And luckily for me, I didn't risk 2% again, because I would have been down like 4%. So this trade made me down 3% because I reached just 1% on this one. So as it hit here, I entered the buy, expecting it to just continue. But as the market would have it, it went straight to my stop loss there again. Like it did, I don't know, this week hitting my stop losses were so quick. And it's what annoyed me really. This week made me feel so terrible. So this was the break of structure. The breaks of structures are not really they are not really clear like that on this day. It's something that you could say, okay, it's subjective. Now this is where I took my change of character. So this is where I took it, and then it hit my stop loss. Now today being Friday, Friday's own. This was what happened. I was supposed to take a trade, but due to being in drawdown, I started feeling scared and decided not to take this one. And if you see, this price action was really strange because what was this? I don't even know if I would say price was moving in an efficient market structure. It was just respecting a trend line and kept on moving up. So you can't really know if this down move had broken a significant structure. You could have easily seen some people subjectively could have called this the low that needs to be broken for a break of structure. As for me, I took this as my low. It's also possible that this could just be liquidity that could be taken out. Then getting into, for some SMC traders, getting into this place here will be where people will buy from. And then this is liquidity. And then expecting to move up. So as I saw this, I was like, no, this is not a, I would not want to be on a 4% drawdown in just 1 week. Like that would be very, very terrible. So I decided, okay, since this price, if price had come here, I would have actively sold because it would have definitely cleared out this demand zone. So, but it ended up stopping here and coming back up this way. Giving the feeling of this demand zone being respected. As you can see here, giving the feeling of this demand zone being respected. But if it had if it had reached this 210.5 level, I would have comfortably sold this down to 210.25. But as it just did this and went back up to 210.75 first, didn't feel comfortable taking this trade. So I left it out. But I still knew that this was supposed to be my break of structure, even if it was also looking like liquidity. That's why I decided to stay out of the trade. And as you can see, it went straight to the TP level. And it's really painful because I would have been a little bit up from my 3% drawdown to 2%. But we move. We'll see how next week goes. So I made all the posts on my X. Don't forget to follow here. Please don't forget to follow my X. I made the post. Let's see on Monday. Okay, yeah. Monday was like a very nice one. I hit my TP. Like as you can see, the digits, they were really looking nice. 2%, 6% yearly. Then I heading into Tuesday, I hit my SL that cleared out my weekly and monthly percentages because I was taking 2% risk per trade because I wanted to pass the challenge, the phases quickly. On Wednesday, the same thing hit, so I was now on serious drawdown. Why my yearly PNL was bleeding, honestly. Then Thursday was when I decided to go back to my 1% risk, and that was how I lost the trade. You can see here where it looked like it had formed a change of character to the bullish side, and then I decided to trade. But the bullish change of character was not really strong, so I should have really stayed away from this market. Then this is Friday's own, where I made a post saying I was not in a condition to take any risk, that I would be backing out, hoping for next week to be great for me to at least see if I can get out of my drawdown. Only for me to check the chart again and I saw this. It really annoyed me. But then again, we'll keep on being consistent and disciplined. Hopefully, it will work out for guests. So please, I'm at 148 followers now. If you know you've not followed me on X, kindly do that. Same on YouTube. I think I'm on 16 subscribers now on YouTube. Please kindly subscribe to my channel. Like this video, please. Like it. Comment. Subscribe so that I will feel more dedicated towards making these videos for you guys. So follow me on my journey. So thank you guys for watching. Once again, my weekly assignment for you guys will always be to follow me if you've not followed me on X. Engage with me there. Like my videos, comment on them, and subscribe. Turn on the notification button too always, please. Don't forget to do that. And you can as well share this video to many people. Thank you guys, and we'll see you again next week. Goodbye.